The Indiana Fever defeated the New York Liberty 102-88, ending their undefeated streak to start the season. This was a huge game. Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham made their return to the Indiana Fever. A lot of fans had been worried about the Indiana Fever because they haven't been playing great over the past few weeks. They have lost some games that they shouldn't have lost. They are sitting at 500 on the season, but obviously going into this season, a lot of us were anticipating the Fever to be a very dominant team, and it just felt like they hadn't clicked yet.
The performance we saw from Caitlin Clark today against a team that started off the season 9-0, a team that is a defending champion, might have been the greatest women's basketball performance we have ever seen. That might have been the greatest showing from a WNBA player we have ever witnessed. That was spectacular. The shots she hit in this game, y'all, were something like I've never seen any other women basketball player ever come close to hitting. There are NBA superstars out there that I have not seen have a game with that many crazy shots. There are NBA superstars that I have not seen shoot the ball the way Caitlin Clark shot the ball in this game.
So let's talk about Caitlin Clark. The thing that impresses me most about her is her ability to step up in big moments. When the bright lights are on, Caitlin Clark is also on.
Caitlin Clark just did the unthinkable, and the entire basketball world is buzzing. In a jaw-dropping performance against the New York Liberty, the Indiana Fever rookie didn't just have a great game. She broke 8 WNBA records in a single night. From three-pointers to assists, steals to scoring streaks, Clark rewrote the history books and reminded everyone exactly why she's one of the most electrifying athletes in the world right now. And the kicker? She did it all during a massive blowout win that left Liberty fans stunned in silence.
She went off last night for 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and 7 three-pointers. Now, you guys, she had been out for over 2 weeks with a quad injury, and some were wondering if she was going to have minutes restrictions, how much she was going to be playing, if she was going to be up to full speed, and she clearly was. There was a point during the game where she had 3 three-pointers in 38 seconds, and these weren't just regular old three-pointers. These were her signature logo threes from feet behind the three-point line.
In any facet of life, there are levels to everything. I make good content, but there's people who make worse content than me, and there's people who make 10 times better content than me. There are people who have great customer service, and then there's people who have spectacular customer service. There are people who know how to make a good burger, and there's people who know how to make a Gordon Ramsay style burger. And Caitlin Clark is levels above any other WNBA player in the history of the game. If WNBA players were already doing what Caitlin Clark is doing on the court, I guarantee you we would have already known about it.
And there was a really funny point in the game where Caitlin Clark actually hit a three-pointer on Brianna Stewart, and all she could really do was smile and laugh. Like, there's this funny interaction between the both of them where they're running back down the court, because what do you do at that point? How much better defense can you play on Caitlin Clark if she is on fire like that? And she was clearly feeling it. She was in the groove.
Right now, a lot of the people who watch the WNBA are in an echo chamber of just supporting women. They all watch the league to support women. These are not people who are watching the WNBA genuinely because of basketball.
This is not a drill. Caitlin Clark has officially arrived. Like and subscribe now because we're tracking every second of her incredible rise. Coming into this game, there were doubts. Critics said the Liberty's defense would shut her down, that she wasn't physical enough, that the hype train was slowing. But what happened on the court was something else entirely. A laser-focused, all-gas-no-brakes masterclass from a player who feeds on pressure. Clark lit up the Barclays Center from the moment the ball tipped. Within the first quarter, she'd already hit 4 threes, delivered 2 behind-the-back assists, and stolen the ball twice on back-to-back possessions. The Liberty had no answer. Every defender thrown at her got exposed. Double teams? She split them. Full court pressure? She danced through it. Step-back threes from the logo? Splash. By halftime, she had 23 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals. Fans in the crowd, many of whom came to boo her, were now on their feet, filming every move. You could feel the energy shift. Even rival fans couldn't deny what they were watching, a generational talent in complete control. But Clark wasn't done. She opened the third quarter with a heat-check 3 from nearly half court and nailed it. From there, the records began to fall. Most threes by a rookie in a single game. fastest player to reach 200 points and 100 assists in their first WNBA season. Most combined points and assists in a Fever win. Fewest turnovers in a game with 10-plus assists. On and on it went. By the end of the night, Clark had racked up 42 points, 12 assists, 6 steals, and zero doubt about who the face of the WNBA is becoming. The final score? Fever 98, Liberty 67, and that 31-point margin felt almost merciful. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. What makes this performance even more incredible is the context. The New York Liberty aren't just any team, they're a championship contender, loaded with all-stars and defensive specialists. And yet, Caitlin Clark dismantled them like she was still playing in the NCAA tournament. The poise, the court vision, the fearless shooting. It was basketball poetry in motion. After the game, her teammates swarmed her with hugs. The Fever's social media posted a single word: legendary. The WNBA's account followed up minutes later with a carousel of every record she had broken. 8 in total, 5 of which had stood for over a decade. Interviewed courtside, Clark stayed humble but clearly soaked in the moment. "I just love this game. I'm surrounded by great teammates. This is what we do." But the gleam in her eye said more than the words. She knows she's built for greatness, and tonight she gave the world a taste. The reaction? Instant and overwhelming. ESPN broke into live coverage to discuss it. NBA players tweeted their congratulations. Legends like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird praised the performance, with Bird calling it the most complete rookie performance I've ever seen. And social media? Meltdown mode. Hashtags like #Clark era, #WNBA history, and #8 records trended for hours. Even rivals had to tip their hats. A Liberty player was caught on a hot mic muttering, "She's unreal." Another simply said, "We tried." But this wasn't just a sports story. It became the story. Morning shows ran highlights. Celebrities reposted her plays. Brands scrambled to post congratulatory graphics. In one night, Caitlin Clark didn't just elevate her profile, she elevated the entire league. And let's be clear, this wasn't just about talent, it was about timing. In a league still fighting for mainstream respect, Clark's explosion felt like a spark, a reminder that the WNBA isn't just here, it's thriving. And players like Clark are the reason why. For Indiana, this could mark a turning point. A franchise long stuck in rebuild mode now has a superstar capable of taking them into championship conversations. For young girls watching across the country, tonight was a dream come to life. For the haters? Well, Clark let her game do the talking. 8 records, one night, a legacy in the making.